Imagine being born in Edo period Japan, the age of samurai shoguns, and ninja legends, but instead of being born into a noble clan, a wealthy merchant family, or even a humble farming household. Your birthright is something far darker. You're born into a hereditary executioner clan. Your caste name, Burakumin, literally meaning filthy. Before you can even walk, your life is marked as untouchable. Neighbors avoid you. Priests refuse blessings. Even if you die, the ground itself must be purified before anyone dares to come near. Welcome to life at the very bottom of society. Your childhood is lonely. Your family lives on the edge of town, not scenic, not peaceful, more like quarantine. When you walk through the market with your mother, people cross the street. Criminals look at you with more fear than hate, but not because you're dangerous. You're just a child. They fear what your family represents in death. By age 7, you learn why. Your father takes you to the execution grounds. A condemned man kneels, bound and calm. You watch as your father raises his blade and, in one perfect motion, severs the man's head. The crowd doesn't flinch. For them, it's Tuesday. For you, it's the moment you realize there's no escape. At 12, while other boys are learning calligraphy or Confucian ethics, you begin your training. Anatomy of animals, then corpses. You practice cutting at the 3rd and 4th cervical vertebrae, the sweet spot for a clean beheading. Your father repeats the same lesson. You're not killing, you're perfecting technique. You learn to clean blood without staining wood, to tie ropes for hangings, to assist samurai in ritual suicide. Every crime has a punishment. Every punishment a proper form. This becomes your education. At 15, you perform your first execution. A samurai kneels, performs seppuku, and looks to you for the merciful finishing strike. His nod is not of fear, but trust. You swing. The head falls. The crowd bows, not to him, but to you. And that night, you can't sleep, because mercy and murder look exactly the same. By 20, the shogunate seals your role, official executioner and sword tester of Edo. You're paid well, dressed in silk, and live in a fine house near the execution grounds. Yet society never lets you forget who you are. Merchants refuse your hand. Temples close their gates. People whisper your name like a curse. Your skill earns respect. Samurai nod. Officials bow, but no one dares touch you. You become both feared and needed. Swords are sent to you for testing, to prove they can cut through 5 bodies in one swing. You oblige, engraving the results into steel. You also prepare death pills from the organs of the executed, sold as medicine for the sick. Some call it sorcery. Others call it survival. You marry the daughter of a gravedigger, one of the few matches society allows. You have children. And when your son turns 12, you hand him a blade. You swore you'd end the cycle, yet here you are teaching him to strike straw dummies, then animals, then eventually men. You tell him it's for his safety. In truth, it's so your family won't be erased from the records. The ghosts stay with you, not the screaming ones, but the calm ones, the ones who whispered thank you before your blade fell. They haunt your sleep, staring silently. You stop flinching at blood, but you never stop remembering their faces. Then, everything changes. The shogunate collapses. The emperor restores his power. Samurai lose their swords. Executions shift to hangings and paperwork. Sword testing is banned. Corpse trades outlawed. Your job vanishes overnight. Officials thank you politely, then shut the door. Strangely, you smile. Maybe your son can finally live a normal life, but society remembers. Decades later, your descendants ride bullet trains, work in offices, post selfies online. Yet one background check, one old registry, one whispered word, Burakumin, and doors quietly close. Job offers vanish, engagements break, apartments are denied, centuries pass. But the stain remains. Your sword is gone, your role dissolved, but your bloodline still bleeds. And that's why it truly sucked to be an executioner in feudal Japan. If you thought samurai battles were brutal, executioners carried a curse, for worse, one that outlived them by centuries. Want more dark and hidden histories like this? Hit subscribe and keep watching, because the past is far more terrifying than fiction.